everybody, it's me Major Graft and welcome to this part 2 of our Colosseum build guide, and today we're going to be looking at these entrances and exits to the main arena. As you can see, we have these house-like gatehouses to come into the arena at ground level. We also have two more smaller versions higher up to get into the seating, and then this third opening here in the inner wall. We're going to start with those, see how far we get, and hopefully by the time we're finished we should have a really good looking interior to our arena. So before we start with the building proper, just a couple of small things. First of all, thank you to anyone who stuck it out through the entire of the first part of this tutorial and is back for part 2. Well done, guys. I would love to see some screenshots of your progress, see what you've been doing and how you've been getting on, and if you've made any interesting changes to my design. Second of all, please do hit subscribe, hit like if you are enjoying this content, and let me know if there's any other build guides you would like to see on the channel in the future. But with that being said, let's get on with the build proper, and we will start with our lowest gatehouse. So as you can see, I've cut a little hole in the wall just to get through here, but we still have our ring of cut sandstone that we put in last time, and what we're going to do is go 2 in, and then we're going to place a block. This is just a placeholder to show where the center is so that we don't get mixed up. So we're going to get rid of that after we're finished, but it's just to help us to make sure everything goes in the right spots. So then we go 2 out, and then you see here where I put these 4, we are going to put 4 on top like that. So it's 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously that 5 wide gap will be the actual entrance proper, and then this is going to be the gatehouse either side. So once we've done those 4, we're going to go up by 8. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to do the same the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all the way across, which probably isn't a surprise to anybody. And once we've done that, we're going to bring up these here to meet that. And that is our essential basic shape. So layered on top of that, obviously, we have the shallow A-frame. So we're going to go 1 out with some quartz slabs, and we're going to go 1 further out than our blocks there, and then we're going to bring them in. So we'll stop there for now, and we'll figure out the rest of those later. It's just to help us have an idea where the structure goes. So once we've done that, we just need to build up the A-frame, and it's really simple. It's just 1 higher each time. So don't bump, 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 bump. Obviously, you need to do them equally each side so that eventually they will meet in the middle, like so. And there you go. You have the main shape of the front of the gatehouse. So once we've got that done, what we're going to do is we're going to do the apex, and we're going to go 8 back. Now we've got 1 already, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, like that. And that's as far back as we're going to go. And you'll see why in a minute. We are going to have to demolish some of what we've built already. I could have, I suppose, shown you with the gaps already, but I think that would have been too complicated. So what we're going to do is here, where the outside pillar of the build, we're going to put blocks in and go what? So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this build is going to then come in here like so, and we're going to make this come all the way along until it meets up with this end. So there's the pillar, so we bring in the quartz all the way to there, and then that defines not the roof, because the roof goes out 1 further, but it defines the inside of this space here, because what you'll see if we come here is we now have this white beam here, which we can then do the exact same as we did on the inside of the arena. We can bring these down like so, oops, there, and go 4 across, remember, just like we did on the inside, and then 4 up, and then same this side. It's basically just mirroring what we've already done. but we know we are in the right place. 1, oops, 2, 3, and all the way up, and then you have that same shape again. And then obviously what we need to do next is take out everything that is inside this space, because this is going to be the entrance. So there we go. Now we've got the space opened up for the door. We probably don't need this anymore, so we can clear that out. What we will need to do is put the slabs, we've done them on the front, we also want them on the back. So all we do is we can now come back here and carry these on until we get to this layer here. Now this gets a wee bit tricky, but essentially we're going around that just like we did before, all the way around, and if you clear that out, that should bring you to there. So now we have got the slabs going one out from the top there all the way around, and we can take that out as well. And now we can build up this shallow A-frame on the back layer as well, which is going to be, we'll probably need to take out all of the slabs off the top of that there. So we'll just take out those slabs first. Ooh, stuck on the apex there. There we go. And then we can put these in. So just like before, one slab higher up at a time until we come to the apex here, and then the same on the other side. Bum, 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 and there we go. Now we have the roof on all over. Now, finishing off that roof is really quite straightforward. Then on the other one, I think we just carried on with the spruce slabs. So let's pull out the spruce slab here. Here we go, spruce slab. And all we're going to do is fill in the roof, which is really super simple. So that's it, roof in. Obviously we're going to need to do a little bit of fixing here and changing, but we're going to leave that for now until we finish the whole of this gatehouse, and then we'll tidy up the rough edges afterwards. So what's going on inside this space here, because we need to make it look right here and here, don't we? So what we're going to do is we're going to go, and I use the cut sandstone, you can use whatever you want really, but we're going to come in here like this. Now here we can get your quartz and bring that in so that it looks like it's going into the building. So that's there, and then we're going to fill in the 3 layers here. 1, 2, 3. So not where the post is, the 2 gaps, and then the inner post. And we're going to fill them in all the way up to the top here, which is here. Obviously we don't need to go any higher because you can't see that then. And we do the exact same thing on the other side. Let's just put the quartz slabs back there, and then we fill in here. 1, 2, 3. And then fill it to the top. And once you've filled them in, you'll have to come in round here and fill one more space in really simply there, just to make that all join up. And the same on the other side. We've got that one space to fill in here. Goes all the way up like that, and you're done. That's this side finished. What I also did, I think, if I remember correctly, was I filled this apex in here, and I filled it in with the colour which we matched with the red terracotta here. Again, I know I said it dozens of times with the last tutorial, but please feel free to change your colours up, make it your own. But it's really simple. Just fill in anywhere where it shows through like that. And then when you look from this side now, it's all filled in and looks nice. The only other little detail that I made here was, let's see, I think it was spruce stairs. Here we go, spruce stairs. And we just filled these in here and gave a little bit of a trellis effect, just an attempt to get more detail into the build. If you have other ideas what you could do to detail those little sections, by all means do your own thing, but that's what I did just to make it simple and straightforward. So now what we have to do is do the exact same thing as we did there, but repeat it here. So there is a little bit more getting rid of that we need to do here before we start, is to get rid of these red terracotta bits here. Just 1 layer, 2 layer and 3 layer like that. Now, what I did on my original design is I filled in here with the white quartz. Not there though, let's get rid of that. Just like that, just to keep it simple. There's just that one block here, and it just makes it easier if we do that. We don't need that, that's the original line of the circle, and just like on that side, we're going to do those 3, 1, 2, 3, and then fill them all the way to the top again. And then once we've done that on one side, just repeat it on the other side. So there we are, those alcoves are filled in. Now we need to come in and do a little bit of the red terracotta here, just like we did on the other side. Super simple, just come in and anywhere there's a gap, just fill it in. Like that. And one more right in the top. So let's check that out, make sure it looks right, that's fine. And then what we're going to do is fill in those fences again. So fences are in, so it's beginning to look roughly right, obviously apart from the little bits of tidying up that we need to do here. But what's missing now is when we are in this space in between, which needs tidying up. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep these and alcove them just by 1. So what we want is your walls to go up there. We don't want them there and fill it straight. We want them to go in 1 and then go all the way up, just so we can give a little bit of room for some detailing like that. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Bum, 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 bum. And bum, 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 bum. And then once we've done that, we are going to fill in with the white quartz this whole roof section here. So like that, we don't need to go any further than here because that's going to be blocked off. We're not going to be able to see it, and we are going to need to get rid of this the spruce stairs here, but they just link up. So if you see the line of the inside pillar here just goes across that way. We don't need to go any further back that way because it won't be seen. So I don't want to be wasting your materials if you are building this in survival. Again, here we are in line with the inner pillar here, and then across, and then fill it in. So our last job for inside here now is to just finish off with a little bit of detailing and to get those portcullises in. That looks like the big gates that will close down to seal off the arena. That's the effect that we're going for. So what we're going to do is just going to stay with your quartz block for a minute, and we're going to fill in the middle 2 rows like this. And that might seem a bit weird now, but all will become clear in a minute. And then on the inside and the outside, at the moment this is really square and this looks a bit thin and strange. So what we're going to do is we're going to mirror this A-frame slope here into this space here. So we're going to go slab in the middle, and then full, and then full, and a slab, and then you can do that the other side. You can do it all with slabs if you want, because obviously it works the same way, and it just creates that little bit of detail to echo the outside A-frame there here in the middle. So we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to bob in here, 1 slab in the center, then 2 and 3 and 2 and 3, and there we go. So now what we're going to do, haha, I didn't notice that I used the smooth quartz there. I suppose that works. I think in the original it would have been the normal quartz slabs because I didn't have smooth quartz. You can choose whichever you like. That's actually kind of a funky little bit of different texture. That's quite nice. I think I'm going to keep it, but that's up to you. Now once we've done that, we're going to come in here with your fences again. I'm going to fill in this space here, and then we're going to go 1 more row down, and then you can keep it there if you want. If you want it to look a little bit lower and more intimidating, you can put a 3rd row in, as long as it's enough so that you can walk underneath it. I think 3 rows looks good there, so we're going to keep that, and then we'll do the same on this side. Fill in that gap, 1 and 2 and silly fences. Here we go, 3, and there we go. We have our portcullises in. Now what I also did was I put little details in this row here, just to make it look like there were some holes or grates for them to go into. So we'll just get that now. So here we go. What I used here is the dispenser block here, and all we do is place them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that just makes it look like those will lock into place in those holes in the floor. It's a nice little detail, I think, good to do. But that is the basics of that build done. Now you will have to come in and do some tweaking and finessing. You see here where there's a gap, you'll probably want to just fill that in with one more slab so there's not a space, because we can't use the spruce because there's a quartz slab above it, so that just fills in that space. And then in here we're just going to need to do something that fits here, so you can kind of decide what you want to do. You can do that or whatever, it really doesn't matter. You don't need to think about it too hard. I can't remember what I did on the original, but that would work fine. Maybe you want to leave that bit free, in which case you could also just build it down. I think you're going to need to do that from underneath because we're building with slabs. Here we go. So we're going to go up here and fill in there and there. So that would also work if you look at that then from the outside. It goes like that, so you can still see all of the quartz. I think probably that works quite well, but that would work as well. It's entirely up to you, that little bit. And then on the inside here, this looks a bit strange and messy, doesn't it? So we need to tweak that to make it look a little bit different. So at this stage we've done enough to this first entrance, so now we're going to move up to the second entrance, the first entrance onto the lowest tier of seating here, and for that we're going to need to define where our next entrance is. So we're going to go back to the cut sandstone here, we're going to find the middle, which obviously lines up with the apex of the last one here, and we're going to go 1, 2 and then in, go back to your center, 1, 2 and in. So that we should have a 5 width gap here now, and we can just build that up one more like that, and then we can knock this through. And what you'll find is that this actually lines up with the level of your floor quite nicely. Here obviously we're going to need to put in something that transitions us from here and into the steps. You can do whatever you want. You can do it really simply just by taking out this layer and just putting some wood straight in. That is up to you. I think in the original I actually put some smooth stone slabs in here, which you can also do. I think this is a matter of personal taste. I brought these all the way out and made them eventually touch here, but you can really do whatever you feel works best for this transition. If you want to leave it just like that and keep it super simple, you can, that works. But once we've done that, what we need to do is build the similar design of entranceway, but we're going to do slightly smaller this time. This is much simpler, less blocks, because it's a smaller entrance. First of all, it's only 4 blocks high instead of, what was that, 8 blocks high. What we're going to do is we're going to see where we've got our cut sandstone. We're going to go 1 diagonally across to here, and that's where we're going to start, and the same this side to here, and we're just going to go 4 up, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Really simple. And then we're going to join that across. So then it's the exact same process as down here. Once we've put that frame in, we're going to then put the A-frame roof in. So we're just going to take our slabs and go all the way around there like that. And then once we've done that, just put the A-frame in. So just like we did before, just work our way up to the middle. So start over this side and we'll work our way up here too. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, what's going on? Here we go. And we are there. Look at that. Perfect. And once we've done that, we can take our apex back to here like that. That's 6 if you want to know. It's just till it met with the steps here, just like we did last time. And then the same process applies. All we need to do is fill in the roof here with the spruce. So then what will happen is that will merge into the seating. This is a little bit more simple than the lower down one. These are much easier up here. They will just join up nicely, and there you go. You can see that merges into the seating now. Now you'll remember also we filled in this apex here with the red. You can do that from the outside pretty simply. It's only a few blocks. There we go, and that fills in that A-frame there. And essentially, once we've done one, all we need to do is repeat the exact same pattern up here as we did down here, because they are identical shaped and sized. So once you've defined that entrance, you can come in and put your quartz in, so diagonally 1 out and up 4, all the way across till here, and bring it down. And then once you've done that, you can knock out the actual entrance. Oops, I actually knocked out my pillar then, that was a bit silly. Let's pop that back in, there we go. It should be only 5 in width. You will notice at this point that we don't have a floor. Here we are going to put another floor in, but that floor will only come halfway out, not all the way out, but we will do that a little further on. And once we've done that, then you need to just put in your A-frame again. So once you've got that in, just like last time, we're going to come in with the slabs all the way around the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go, all the way out. And then we're going to put our A-frame back up, just like so. And it meets in the middle and come back 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it fits exactly the same. Again, all you need to do is join in your spruce slabs here to make it blend in, and that's it done. Don't forget to fill in your A-frame, so pop them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then finish it off with the 1, and there you go. That is all 3 of your entrances in place and looking good. Obviously then it's just a process of doing that build on every other side, and that's all of your entrances except for this top one. So that's the last one that we need to do, so let's do that now. So when we are doing this last entrance, we are going to once again make it 5 wide, so come to this apex of the last roof here, and we can knock out our 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the width, and we're going to go up 6 here, so 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we can pop them back in like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and put in your cut sandstone, and then we can knock all this out now. That's great, super simple, doesn't take long at all. And then we're going to come up here and we're going to go 1 in like that, and then knock those out, and then 3 in here like so, and that gives us our arched entrances. Now what I did on my design, I don't know if you noticed, was did a little bit of a riff on the creeper face here by coming here and going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and then bringing in some of your sandstone steps and going 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. And what that does is just gives you that eye effect. So when you do that on the other side, we start here, so we're going 2 across from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, pop in your stairs just like so, and you get that funky creeper face. You can do that if you want. If you think that's a little bit silly, then obviously do your own thing, but that's how I did mine. And if you've done it right, these entrances should bring you out on this top layer here, which lines us up perfectly with the top archway here. So everything is lined up nicely, and that's your entrances. Obviously you're going to want to finish this second and third layer roofs here that look a bit strange from the inside, so let's do this one first, and the same will apply to up there. What we're actually going to do is strip away this whole section of the red terracotta here. So all we do is knock that out the whole way across, just like that. Shouldn't take you long, it's not a lot. And then that reveals something like this. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to fill in some little bits of detailing here. So what I did here was I just took 2 red terracotta, put them in there just to block up that hole so that it looks right from the outside, nothing strange here. And then I just used this little space just to put some lighting in. Now remember, this was a number of years ago, we had a bit less options in the lighting department here, so I used the glowstone here, and then all I did was a slab underneath it, and then put on the oak trapdoors like that, just for a little bit of lighting. You can choose other light sources if you want, if you prefer the sea lanterns, or if you want to put little I don't know, some little lanterns in there, or torches, whatever you like, whatever you think looks nice. But that is essentially how you finish off the inside of these archways, and the exact same thing is going to happen here. We're going to knock out that red and then pop in those details. On this one, just because of the different shape of the circle, we're going to have to put some slightly more. We need to put 4 of your red terracotta in here, so don't forget that. And once you've done it, detail it how you like it. I'm going to put my little glowstone lights in here like that. Trapdoors on, and there we go. That is both of your entrances complete. So what we need to start thinking about now, once we've got our entrances all complete, is we need to put this mezzanine layer in, this second floor, really. If that's the first one, that's the second one, that's the third one. So we need to define the size and shape of that, and then we need to start thinking about the pillars and the staircases to join all these levels up. So the last thing that we're going to do, folks, for this episode is we are going to put in our mezzanine level here with this little slightly thinner walkway, which we want to be at this level, which I have marked out here. So as you can see, we are 5, 10, 15. So standing on top of block 16, so we're making the actual blocks at level 17, we are going to make a circle with a radius of 48. And this is what it looks like, folks. We have got it at the right level, as we can see if we take this line out just to make sure. Perfect, so that when people come out here, they are on the right level. And it doesn't go all the way out, it goes roughly halfway out, and it goes all the way around the building. So all that's left to do now is fill in with your chosen block. Like I've used stone, you can use whatever colour and texture of block you want for your walkways, but that will mean that you now have your 3 complete floors. So there we go, folks, that's it. Complete. Our mezzanine floor is in, and we can now walk in and out of each of our 3 entrances. There's the top one, there's our middle one, and our floor level one. All our entrances are fully working and in place. So that's where we're going to finish for today, folks. In our next episode, we are going to start putting the finishing touches to that, and that means we need our staircases in from one layer to another, and we need to put some pillars in because this mezzanine looks like it's floating at the moment, so we need to look like everything is being supported properly inside. So next episode we are going to be putting all of our pillars and stairs inside, and finishing touches to the arena in the middle, and then that will be the build complete. So if you've made it this far, well done. Don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that like button, and we'll see you in the next one.